Daily Top Reddit for Thursday, 2023 July 27th. In r/cats, my sister's cat lost her top canine teeth and this is her permanent face now. Mother of God, what is that in the sky? In r/MadeMeSmile, this cat sleeps in the restaurant every day.
In order to find a good home for itself, this stray cat sleeps in front of the store door all day, refusing to leave. The restaurant owner has tried several times to shoo it away, but as soon as they send it off, the cat sneaks back in quietly with the customers. The owner is quite helpless because not only does the stray cat deceive for food and drinks, but it also loves to sleep right in the middle of the aisle, sleeping the whole day away, often scaring the customers who come into the store. If it weren't for a quick reaction from one of the staff, the cat might have been flattened. Nevertheless, the cat named Jessie yawns nonchalantly, as if nothing happened. It must be said that this cat's courage is quite extraordinary. The restaurant owner said that a few months ago, this orange cat suddenly broke into the place and has been in lying flat mode ever since, treating the restaurant as its own home and coming to sleep here every day. Strangely enough, its sleep quality is excellent. Even during peak dining hours, the noisy environment doesn't affect its determination to sleep here. It even purrs loudly. If no one disturbs it, it will sleep from early morning until closing time in the evening. This made the owner strongly suspect that the cat is trying to take advantage of them, but having it sleep in the aisle is not acceptable since they still need to do business. So, the kind-hearted owner tried to wake the cat up, hoping it would sleep elsewhere, but the cat refused to budge from its spot on the floor. When a staff member placed a bowl of cat food in front of it to entice it, it ignored the delicious food and continued to purr in its sleep. The staff member, feeling challenged, took out their phone and played music at maximum volume, but even that didn't deter Jessie. He merely changed his sleeping position and continued sleeping. It seemed that nothing from the outside world could stop its determination to lie flat. Helpless, the owner had to escort the sleeping deity out of the store. Jessie looked baffled as he was kicked out, wondering how he ended up outside when he was sleeping so peacefully. One would have thought he would leave at that point, but surprisingly, when customers entered the store, he sneaked back in again. Once more, the owner chased him away. However, Jessie looked disdainfully at the interior of the restaurant, as if to say, "You think you can drive me away like this?" Little did they know that Jessie had already memorized the layout of the restaurant. If the front door was blocked, he would just go in through the back door. After passing through several iron gates, Jessie successfully returned to the restaurant, seemingly impervious to any magic spells that should have kept him out. And then he dozed off in the aisle again. The amazed staff had no idea how he managed to sneak in. He continued to sleep in the aisle all afternoon until closing time. And even then, he refused to wake up from his dreamy slumber. Strangely enough, at around 5 o'clock, Jessie would wake up on his own, without any hesitation, and leave the store. But where was he going? To find out, a photographer decided to follow Jessie's footsteps and investigate. Before long, another orange cat appeared on the scene, and it turned out that Jessie left the restaurant at the same time every day to go on a date with his girlfriend. The two cats playfully frolicked on the street and even cuddled together on the grass until evening. No wonder Jessie got so sleepy as soon as he entered the restaurant. He must have been busy with his girlfriend outside. But why would a stray cat inexplicably come into the restaurant to sleep? Experts explained that perhaps because the owner often fed the cat, it had developed a high level of trust in the environment and the people in the restaurant, and it likely hoped to find shelter with the owner. One day, Jessie arrived at the restaurant as usual, but this time, he brought his girlfriend along. After spending some time with Jessie, the owner had already considered adopting him. When they learned that Jessie's health had been a bit weak recently, the owner generously offered some cat food to help him recover. In the afternoon, as expected, Jessie came with his girlfriend to the restaurant. In an attempt to break his habit of sleeping in the aisle, the owner specially prepared a cozy little bed for them, and surprisingly, they used it without any hesitation. Jessie no longer slept in the middle of the aisle. It turned out that he had planned all along to get the owner to arrange a bed for him. He truly was a cat with cunning. In the end, both cats smoothly moved into their new home and became the mascots of the restaurant. It's said that business has been getting better since they adopted the cats, confirming the reputation of the fortune cats. Thank you for watching. Your attention is my greatest support.
Jessie, we need to sleep. In r/AskReddit, what's something literally no one looks good wearing? My fiancé wears slide-styled sandals with his toes dangling 2 inches over the front of the sandal. Makes me sick. In r/rare insults, did they just unintentionally called her ugly? Comic book resources. Fall, CBR follow casting director Sophie Holland says Anya Chalotra's casting as Yennefer of Vengerberg in Netflix's adaptation of The Witcher was intended to challenge beauty standards. buff.my/z3ovvv60 tilde. As we near you on 5:10 a.m. to 26 July 23rd minus 730k views, 45 retweets, 560 quotes, 518 likes, 128 bookmarks, UE and Cs. It is because she has an Indian dad. They are badly patting themselves on the back for casting someone with Indian heritage that is also conventionally attractive by all Western beauty standards. In r/today I learned till that after filing a lawsuit for assault against UFC fighter Conor McGregor in 2022, which left her with a broken arm, a Dublin woman had her car set ablaze outside of her home and later had a brick thrown through her window. The woman subsequently dropped her suit against Conor McGregor. McGregor is an asshole. In r/MadeMeSmile, cat going crazy on the Watch out, Hans Zimmer. In r/no stupid questions, I swear to God, I have some of the worst smelling farts and shits on earth. What am I supposed to do? All of my partners have told me this, and sometimes it shocks even myself. During one such time, I accidentally let out an SBD on a plane, and within 60 seconds, the stewardess went over the intercom to let everyone know that the restrooms were open. I shit you not. I'm not being dramatic. It's bad. I'm currently sitting in the restroom, shocked at the wickedness that has just come out of my asshole. Fumigating in my own death stench, repugnated by my bowel movement, wondering what the hell is wrong with my digestive tract. I've had terrible farts most of my life that even included a fart-based nickname in school. I was diagnosed with a low-functioning pancreas, which meant I wasn't producing enough digestive enzymes and placed on tablets for this. Apparently, it's very common, but you'd only know through testing. It hasn't fully rectified my gaseous nature, but it's certainly calmed it down. Told doctor go see a doctor. It could be something easily fixable. Edited for atrocious spelling. In r/facepalm, is the Barbie movie really that inappropriate in its first 15 minutes? Palmer, dear Barbie, I start with owning up to my mistake. I took my 10-year-old daughter Samara to watch your film without researching the fact that it was a PG-13 movie. 10 minutes into the movie, inappropriate language, sexual connotations, and I was anxiously running out of the theater wondering what had I just exposed my child to. She had been waiting to watch her film, and here I was just shocked, disappointed, and heartbroken with what I had just exposed her to. I was the first one to walk out of the movie within 10-15 minutes, and by the time I reached out, I saw other parents following with their little ones crying. While some parents chose to stay back to watch the entire movie, I'm glad though that I chose to walk out within 10 to 15 minutes as I didn't even want to think about how much worse it would have gotten. In fact, I would say leave PG-13. The language and content in your film Barbie is inappropriate even for children 13 and above. Palmer, I had Barbie dolls as a child, and so have most women when they were growing up, and so do most girls as they grow up today. It's a part of our childhood, and today with your film, it's gotten a new life as everyone is talking about Barbie wearing pinks. There are Barbie parties and Barbie manicures happening with the I Am a Barbie Girl song playing in the background. What fabulous marketing! And so I want to ask, why make a movie that is such an essential part of a child's life and then have content in it which is so inappropriate for them? And then I ask, what about the cross-checks? I made a mistake by not doing my research, but why are there no reminders and checks? Why are theaters not reminding par? And that we hope you are aware that this is a PG-13 movie. Or when we are booking the movie for a pop-up to come that the movie is PG-13. We are asked as content creators many times on certain platforms whether the content we are uploading is for children or appropriate for children. So why are there no checks and balances here? Equals I equals. Zo equals 3 equals. I am guessing probably because everyone is enjoying the sales because the theaters would be half empty if it wasn't. For the young girls who are pushing their parents to take them for the film. I went back and checked the promos and realized that none of them even gave a glimpse of the inappropriate language that was coming up in the movie. So then why mislead? But Barbie, this is not just about you. Half of our Hindi movies have so much inappropriate content. At least you were labeled PG-13. Our Hindi movies aren't, and then parents end up exposing their kids to content like rape, suicide, sexual connotations, and whatnot. Adjua Palmer. And lastly, I want to just say that I may want to be a responsible parent and walk out of your film and choose not to show her many other inappropriate movies. But there are a sector of parents who will continue showing their kids even after knowing. And those kids will have conversations with other children, so it becomes impossible to avoid. The language and information comes back to my child even if I try to keep her away from it. And hence I come back to my main question here. Why did you break the perfect illusion of Barbie? Why make Barbie inappropriate for kids and a PG-13 movie rather than one which everyone could enjoy with family? I wish I could erase the memory of this film and continue believing in a picture-perfect Barbie. For my child who has a collection of yours and loves you so much, one so wish, a concerned and disappointed parent. G. Parmar. Ick. I watched Simpsons growing up and I didn't understand any of the sexual jokes I do now. In r/unexpected. Oh. Unfortunate turn of events. I knew it was going to be bad when I saw the Live watermark. JFC. In r/AskReddit. What's the stupidest real men don't ________ you've ever heard? Sleep on their stomachs. In r/not the onion, Elon Musk welcomes child sex abuse imagery poster back to Twitter. Posting what he tweeted would get you perma-banned from 4chan. Let that sink in. In r/damn that's interesting, Miss America, 1924. Ruth's tips for keeping healthy. Rise early. Eat a hearty breakfast. Exercise. No alcohol. Smoking is detrimental. Get outdoors. Eat a light lunch. Eat a satisfying dinner. Early to bed. Sleep. In r/MadeMeSmile, she gave her baby the same last name as her stepdad who raised her.
Guess what her last name is? Boyd.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm step crying. In r/politics, Trump tried to delete Mar-a-Lago security footage to thwart investigators as special counsel Jack Smith has leveled additional charges against Trump. Walt Nauta and a third Mar-a-Lago employee for mishandling classified docs. This came after the FBI told him to retain all of the surveillance footage too. In r/MadeMeSmile to Best Friends Reunite.
Who is that?
Surprise! Surprise! It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Happy buddy!
Buddy?
Hi, guys!
How are you?
We did it! Mission success!
You knew it.
Yeah, wait, what?
I started bawling like a child. This is so precious. You can tell that the parents who coordinated this are good people too. In r/politics, Whistleblower tells Congress the U.S. is concealing multi-decade program that captures UFOs. Every time I hear about the government hiding UFOs, I think of Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black when he said a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. In r/IPST, do you? Honestly, do you? SSB John Brown BN at Devs Kropotkin, do you ever get overwhelmed by how our real world is a genuine dystopian nightmare but everyone just keeps acting like it's normal? We got bills to pay, no time to stop and admire the carnage. In r/MID asshole, AITAH for admitting in front of all of my husband's friends that I've never had an orgasm. Recently was my husband's friend's birthday party. It was a bigger party and all my husband's friends and their wives were there, no kids. One woman that I'm friendly with was annoyed with her husband and joked men. If they didn't get us off, why would we keep them? And she laughed. I awkwardly laughed, but I guess looked uncomfortable. She asked me what was up, and she pointed out that I made a weird face. I said I've just never had an orgasm before, so I guess I couldn't relate. Almost a dozen people looked at me when I said that. It was super awkward. The wife then awkwardly asked, is everything okay down there? And I said, yeah. Just have never had anyone try, I guess. For the next 10 minutes, all my husband's friends took turns insulting him in various ways. Many women talked about how they'd never be married to someone who didn't get the job done. My husband made us leave early. When we got home, he lectured me about how I humiliated him. I pointed out that she asked, and I have a tendency to be honest. He's been really upset the last several days, and he keeps saying he can't talk to his friends because they now think badly of him. AITAH for being honest here. Edit, I've brought the issue up countless times in the past. He tells me that it's not important. Not a big deal that he doesn't get me off. Since it's not that important, I just don't see why I have to hide it like some kind of dirty secret. Holy shit, your sulfur monoxide said he tells me that it's not important. Not a big deal that he doesn't get me off. That's nuts. I would feel like a failure is a lever. I'm sorry. In r/ there was an attempt to finish a sentence.
After finishing the NDA this week, has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Okay, Mitch? Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Go back to the.
Go ahead, John.
We'll take it back. Leave it. Let's go back to the.
Go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
So this is we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the IRA, and of course,
We as citizens are essentially told we are worthless after age 70. We have to take distributions from our IRA and we can't increase our Social Security payment anymore. I personally think no one should be allowed to run for federal office if they would turn 70 during the term. In r/politics, Mitch McConnell faces resign calls overfreeze, cognitive malfunction. He won't leave. He's not done destroying the country. In r/AskReddit, what would your 13-year-old self think if they saw you now? Where is my hair? Mine's just migrated from the top of my head to beard. Lol. In r/AskReddit, what caused you to stop smoking cigarettes? January 5th, 1998, just after midnight, was my last cigarette. I finally had enough of the expense. Being ostracized, smokers don't care if you don't smoke, but non-smokers care if you do, and coughing up a lung every morning. What helped me quit was this. A nick fit only lasts a few minutes, then you're okay for a while. Then it happens again, then you're okay, but each time it's a tiny big, less severe and spread further apart. Barely noticeable difference at first. But eventually you realize that you're only having one twice a day, then once a week, etc. That and gum. It cost me a few cavities, but it was worth it. I actually quit. In r/me in real life, Mural. Bianca equals at just Bianca UNNO_ my sister asked me to watch her son yesterday, so I took him skydiving, and at he will never adjust to a normal life after having such thrills on a young age. In r/am I the asshole, AITAH for the reason I had for rejecting a girl. I am a 2-4 cis and recently had a really bad experience with dating app, where I was seeing this woman. On our 4th date, when things took a turn for the sexual, she told me she was trans, but was post-op. I rejected her that moment and told her, sorry, I thought you were a cis woman. Even though I would respect you and treat you as a woman, I'm not comfortable seeing you anymore. She told me I was transphobic. Look, I support LGBTQ+ rights and do think they deserve a space in women's common areas if they reasonably pass. Else it can make other people uncomfortable in their designated spaces or cast doubt on the sincerity of their claims about their gender identity, but dating is off limits for me even for post-op. It's not about wanting to have kids, neither it is about genital preference completely. But something about them intrinsically being the same member of the sex does turn me off and makes me uncomfortable. Somewhere along the lines, considering a trans woman and a cis woman indistinguishable only in the dating scene makes me experience cognitive dissonance. Because even though I outwardly respect and appreciate trans women and respect their gender identities, it is meaningless to me. It simply doesn't align with my values. Maybe I'm just incompatible with a trans person based on beliefs and value systems. I don't know. I like being polite, and that's why I refer to them by their preferred pronouns or respect their beliefs about being the gender they claim to me. It's what gives them happiness, and I have no right to take that away from them. But should I really make myself uncomfortable just to not risk being called transphobic? AITAH for rejecting a girl. Edit. To answer a common question I got in my DMs, how do I justify I'm straight if I am not attracted to trans people or don't want to date them? I think that in this day and age, where a trans woman can be rightfully acknowledged and accepted as a woman, even the rules about sexual orientation are going to change. If straight initially meant only cis women or people with a vagina, now it would also include people with male sex organs regardless of surgery and people who identify as a woman. In short, Straight is also a fluid category veering into pansexual category of its own, with its own subset spectrum, so to speak. I lie on one of the farther ends of straightness when it comes to my sexual orientation and dating preferences. I hope I conveyed my point aptly. Edit 2. Some people again question my stance on reasonable passing in view of women's spaces. Pasting a comment here. Actually, while it's reasonable to be respectful of people to use locker rooms and bathrooms they prefer, we shouldn't ignore how it can make other women uncomfortable if they feel like a member of the opposite sex is sharing a space with them. We need a happy medium where both communities' needs are respected. Gender-neutral bathrooms are a great way to achieve this. This precisely. A very good friend of mine is a trans woman, absolutely lovely, and knew her from before she even came out. She did ask me on a date and I turned her down because, well, that wasn't what I was looking for and it doesn't fit with my future priorities. Still a great friend and now happily engaged to a guy who has known her almost as long as I have, due to wed in February. In r/ask, what can you buy for less than $50 that will change your life? What you have bought for less than $50 that changed your life? Sleep mask, blindfold. I have fairly severe insomnia, and it affects so much of my life. A sleep mask is game-changing. In r/clever comebacks, do not undervalue women. Gentlemen, you can't give birth sit down when pregnancy is discussed. Something tells me that he wouldn't agree with that. In r/facepalm, seriously, who puts alpha male next to their name? Equals Nick Adams alpha at Wyatt Nick Adams in USA follow President Trump has the strength of 10,000 lions. SJSS 749-13 July 23rd-5.2 views 317 retweets 1,000 quotes 2,225 likes. I'm convinced that Nick Adams is a social experiment. In r/not the onion, my family was hunted by Nazis, but I was fired for defending Hitler. Social studies teacher here. Family is Jewish. Every year at least a few kids call me anti-Semitic for teaching about the Holocaust and racist for teaching about slavery. My administration laughs at the kids. Now I start such units with a metaphor. You catch me the night before the big game with the opposing team's playbook and accuse me of being a secret operative for the other side. No, I stole their playbook and read it to know how to defeat it. In r/white people Twitter, was she too woke? A death metal Viking. A death metal v. The people who want you to watch the movie about child sex trafficking are the same people who canceled Sinead O'Connor in the 90s for calling out the church and its long history of sexually assaulting children. 6:26 a.m. to July 27, 23 from Earth-5. 166 views. They are also the same people who are sexually assaulting children, harboring people who are sexually assaulting children, and who are advocates for child marriages to marry their victims. In r/next fucking level, this guy singing Tennessee Whiskey on a whim on a street corner in NYC.
You sing song? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, he said yes.
I have to go back to work now. Can we just do I'll do Tennessee Whiskey if that's cool.
Perfect.
Can we do one verse, one chorus?
No problem.
I used to be a singer, so
Oh.
I think we still got it.
Wait, listen, once a singer, always a singer.
Can I give you my phone to film this so I can show my coworkers when I get back?
Absolutely, absolutely.
This is also my worst nightmare, singing on the corner.
Oh, well.
I was do you think that's scary, right?
Well, let's make it into a dream come true. There we go.
I'm Danny.
Is that?
Danny.
Danny, nice to meet you, Danny.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
And my name is Reggie. Nice to meet you. All right.
This is so funny.
Hey, you made it. You made it all the way from the seat into a whole new day.
Right here.
Yeah.
Used to spend my nights out in a barroom. Liquor was the only love I'd known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee Whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I'd stay stoned on your love all the time.
Good.
One more verse,
I look for love in all the same old places.
I'm like, are my friends walking by?
Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you pulled out my heart, I didn't waste it.
Right?
Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high. Oh, you're as smooth as Tennessee Whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine.
High part.
You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I'd stay stoned on your love all the time.
Okay, I gotta go to work.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
This is so great.
Oh, thank you. I want to ask you. Now that you sung, how do you feel?
Way, like, I can do, I don't know, like, chill. That was more fun. Talk your fears.
Yes. Yeah. Very true.
Shaking. You're on the corner of 11th and Greenwich.
Yep. Can I get your contact information before you go? Yeah. Name and whatever contact.
How can I find you guys?
Yeah. Just look up Guitaro 5000. That was a lot of fun, man. And
That was so fun. You're so talented.
thank you. And you did a great job.
Thank you. I know I don't sing as often as I would like to, but I enjoy singing way more than I express it. Yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Have a great West evening.
Homie can sing. In our slash movies, Universal's streaming service Peacock lost $651 million from April to June, expected to lose $3 billion in 2023. I'm of the opinion that if Paramount and Universal and maybe some of the other smaller services, studios were smart, they'd join forces, merge their services, and share profits while also lowering exposure to losses. Wait, that's basically how Hulu started before everyone decided fuck it, we're making our own. Funny how things come around again. In our slash white people Twitter, Sound of Freedom. And Brad Bet for T and State Sanity and Say It Brad Bet, this Tennessee congressman met his wife when she was still in high school and married her just a few years later when she was 21 and he was 45 tilde equals. Chelsea raised their two sons in Cookeville, Tennessee, where they run a farm producing and tobacco. It was grooming. Look up their story. He targeted her, met her at FFA high school events, he helped sponsor, singled her out, encouraged her, and then she won a scholarship that he came up with. He definitely kept close tabs on her in college, and then they got married. It's so gross. Where are her parents? I have daughters. I cannot fathom being okay with this for them. I would be telling him to leave children alone. The parents probably wanted this too. You'd not be surprised just how many families sign off on their daughters being married to these old assholes when they're kids. In r slash facepalm, Jesus waterboards pedophiles. I'm a homo. Same bro, I just found out after 43 years. I don't know how to tell the wife. In r/today I learned till that despite the 20-plus page menu 250-plus items, the Cheesecake Factory cooks everything on the spot except for cheesecakes and baked desserts by employing a sheer number of kitchen stations and line cooks and data analytics to predict demand, resulting in nearly 98% food efficiency. Not just a restaurant, a factory. In r/next fucking level, tallest player in basketball history.
Robert Bobrowski, Spire Academy.
He looks like he's in constant pain and discomfort. In r/facepalm, shutting answer. Stefan Molyneux at Stefan Molyneux. Ladies, you can't be drafted. Sit down when war is discussed. A Kim Olsen call. USAF Red. At Kim Olsen TX, a lot of men have told me to sit down and shut up. Now those men call me Colonel. Neither can he. He's in his 50s. In r/memes, no one cares. Hey, aliens exist. 132A. That's what an alien would say. In r/facepalm, how the title and the text have nothing to do with each other. Johnny Depp admits supplying his 13-year-old daughter with marijuana. She was just 12. And she said she don't know what to do, he said. I said, listen, sweetheart, if you are at a party and someone hands you the joint, take the joint from the person and pass it to the next person. Please don't experiment with drugs with people you don't know. The dad of two recalled urging his daughter, please. Please, when you are really at the moment in your life when you pass the joint and you really want to try it. Please do me the honor of coming to me when you are ready and you really feel you are ready. I don't want your first experience to be with people you don't know. Talking things you don't know, that you don't trust, Deep said. I mean, I don't do drugs, but that's one way to teach your kids about doing it safely. Also, yeah, they do that with titles, so they can get more clicks. In r/unpopular opinion, couples in serious relationships should have absolutely no issues with checking each other's phone whenever. If you love your partner, you'd want them to feel secure. Any suspicions should be allayed as soon as possible. If they will feel better by snooping on your phone, I don't see a problem with that. Small doses of suspicion is healthy * normal in a relationship. Suspicion isn't black and white, there is a gradual scale. The sooner you address it, the healthier for the relationship. If your partner is behaving irrationally paranoid, then there are other issues that need to be addressed, and them wanting to check your phone is only a symptom of a larger problem. Irrational behavior is nuanced and only you can decide when they've crossed that line. Blind trust has probably led to many failed relationships that could have otherwise led to a happy one. People behave better with a little bit of checks and balances. It's human nature. Edit. Gotta love all the self-proclaimed mature and non-toxic people responding with personal insults. Irony. Me and wifey are the opposite. We know each other's passwords, but have zero interest in looking at each other's phones. Harmless jokes between friends, work humor, lines from movies, etc. isn't meant to be read by anyone outside your conversation. When I'm driving, I always have her read off my texts though. In r/funny, he is doing his due. What?
I'm cooking and my baby is right here doing his due diligence. Well, hi.
What the fuck did you just say? Doing my what?
Due diligence. Due diligence.
Babe, stop.
I don't know.
Stop. You might as well say president. Might as well fucking say president. I'm doing my due diligence.
President what?
My due diligence. You like due diligence. Due diligence. Don't do that shit, babe. For real.
What is it?
Babe, you can't come here and be cute and then fuck up like that. You gotta say something we know. Something we know together.
All right, my baby's doing his stuff that he gotta do.
Fuck.
Around the house. He's mowing the lawn.
Say it. Say it.
Due diligence. Due
diligence. You about to fuck me up. Due diligence.
Due diligence.
Due diligence. That sound like my niece.
Was that a mowing the lawn also? Only by the president. In r/damn that's interesting, a bar in New York City the night prohibition ended, 1933. And the bars were magically fully stocked. I love it. In r/funny and sad, who needs roads anyway? Romania_pay. This has been Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, Russia, and now Romania. Apparently this pothole is not only immortal, it's also mobile. In r/funny, I tried to explain it to the kid working the till, but I don't think it took. I would like to have a brownie. Okay. And another brownie. Okay. And another brownie. So 3 brownies? Number 3 times 1 brownie. I'd now like to return these 3 brownies, $5.25 please. In r/Tumblr, pearl necklace. BDK the Squiddy, did you know that proper pearl necklaces actually have knots between each pearl? This is done to stop the pearls from rubbing up against each other, potentially causing damage and discoloration to each bead. And also so that if the string breaks, it's unlikely that any more than 1 or 2 pearls will fall off the string. Pearl necklaces and bracelets, for that matter, need restringing regularly to make sure that the string isn't stretched, frayed, or otherwise damaged, which would put the necklace at risk of breaking, and when they are restringed properly. New knots are always tied between each pearl. This post brought to you by the Stop Making Pearls Scatter Everywhere whenever you break a fancy lady's necklace when murdering her. Thriller writers, all you're doing is revealing she was wearing shitty plastic beads. Gang East Nightmare Shack, but the drama. Martha Wayne got shot so harded and did the knots in her necklace. In r/MadeMeSmile, this orthodontist likes to make an entrance.
Honor, Dr. Jones is going to make his grand entrance for you. Which door do you think he's going to come through?
The left one.
Purple? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's find out.
Oh yeah!
He is a cross between Willy Wonka and Jim Carrey. The end. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and hope to see you again tomorrow.